This is GNN.
Gallant, Conservative Member of Parliament for the riding of Rolling Hills, Renfrew-Nipissing-Pembroke. Welcome to another special summer edition of the Gallant Night News, live from Parliament Hill. We've got a lot to get to, so let's begin with some breaking news. I have just returned from a special summer meeting of the Standing Committee on National Defence. Our Conservative team, as well as the other opposition, requested today's meeting. We want to have briefings on the situation with North Korea. That nation recently test-launched an intercontinental ballistic missile. Canadians want to know what this means to them. It's our hope that a diplomatic solution to counter North Korea's aggression will be brokered. Whether any further aggression occurs or not, the Canadian Armed Forces must be ready. While the Liberals have agreed to this study, it's hoped they will treat it with the timeliness it deserves. Unfortunately, the only thing the Liberals ever seem to be in a hurry to do is spend your money and raise your taxes. The Trudeau Liberals have shown a troubling pattern of being unprepared for completely foreseeable events. They were unprepared for the illegal migrant crisis at our borders despite repeated warnings. They had to turn Montreal's Olympic Stadium into a camp for illegal border crossers. They did not prepare a plan to balance the budget. Now the parliamentary budget officer says we could see deficits until 2050. It has been a rough year for agricultural producers. Carbon taxes have seen energy prices soar. High rainfall in eastern Ontario has delayed planting and rotted crops. Our largest trading partner has demanded an end to supply managed sectors. Yet the Trudeau government thinks our farmers can handle a few more punches. Without waiting to see the outcome of a comprehensive review due next year, the Trudeau Liberals are making arbitrary cuts to farming risk management programs. They are demonizing dairy products with its changes to Canada's food guide and further stigmatizing them by potentially requiring warning symbols. The most brutal hit of all is a plan to drain the financial security of our farm families. To pay for their continued bad spending, Trudeau and the other spendthrifts in his caucus plan to change the way farmers are allowed to save for their retirements and pass the businesses on to the next generation. Just like with Omer Khadr's secret payoff, Trudeau releases proposals for extra taxes on small businesses in the middle of summer holidays. They got away with doing it to storage unit companies and campground owners last year. Now, it's farmers, doctors, and other small business owners who will have to hollow out their retirement savings so Trudeau can jet around the world handing out billions of our dollars. It is the children who already go to school without a lunch because their parents cannot afford to pay the high price of food. They'll be the ones who go hungry, just like the emergency room patients waiting hours on end for a doctor who will suffer longer, just like the workers who will lose their jobs because the owner has to cut somewhere. Workers will pay the price. Just like the low-income earners who have to say no to the family camping trip, will have no place to camp. Trudeau is out of touch with reality. Let him know. Go to CherylGallant.com/affordable-food and tell him what the higher cost of food will mean to you. In a recent televised address, Trudeau misled Canadians about the illegal border crossing crisis. He claimed that everything is fine, nothing to see here, just move along. But the increasing number of illegal border crossings in Canada has resulted in misinformation amongst the general public. It is important for the official opposition to continue to remind Canadians and members of the media what the facts are. It is illegal to enter Canada between official points of entry. People who are intercepted by the RCMP or local law enforcement after crossing the border illegally are brought to the nearest office. There, an immigration officer deals with them. Individuals whose claims are found not to be eligible will be issued removal orders. The vast majority of illegal border crossers will be deported. In the first quarter of 2017, only 35% of applicants were successful. Asylum seekers are required to seek protection in the first safe country they arrive at. The United States is a first safe country. No one is fleeing persecution from the United States. The Trudeau Liberals were clearly unprepared despite repeated warnings in the winter. They were warned. This is the direct result of Trudeau's tweet. It was interpreted as an invitation for anyone to try their luck getting into Canada. It was an irresponsible proclamation giving people false hope. Justin Trudeau has broken the system, and it's up to him to fix it. It was reported that Trudeau paid a friend and former Liberal candidate nearly double what the position of San Francisco Consul General normally pays. His top advisor took to Twitter to defend the obscene payoff to a pal. Trudeau's office argued that his pal was highly qualified and had taken a pay cut by leaving his job in the private sector. They also argued the pay was in line with other important diplomatic postings the Liberals had made. That is completely false. Canada's Consul General in New York is making 70 cents for every dollar being paid to Trudeau's buddy in San Francisco. The New York Consul General is Phyllis Yaffe, a former CEO of a multinational media conglomerate. She is more qualified than Trudeau's pal, holds a more important position, and took a bigger pay cut to serve her country. That she is being paid less than a man doing the exact same job in a smaller city is textbook sexism. Trudeau should withdraw this appointment of a political crony at once. But Trudeau must also fire whichever advisor suggested they should pay a less qualified but better connected man more than a woman. Until Trudeau fires his key cronies, more and more women will know his feminism is just for show. That's all the time we have for today. Let me know what you think about Trudeau's lack of preparation and fake feminism in the comments below. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Gallant Night News. Live from Ottawa, this is Cheryl Gallant wishing you a good night.
This is GNN.